Is there a provision in Malaysian law for house arrest? By AZLAN ADNAN, M.A. Current legal framework. Yes, there is some provision in Malaysian law that could allow something like house arrest, but it is not yet codified as a standard legal punishment, and there are many caveats. Section 3 of the Prisons Act 1995. Under the Prisons Act 1995, Section 3 gives the Home Minister the power to declare any house, building, enclosure, or place, or any part thereof to be a prison for the purposes of the Act. This means that if a house were formally gazetted as a prison, persons lawfully in custody could be detained there. This provision establishes a legal pathway that could, in effect, permit house arrest. However, this is not the same as a judicially imposed sentence of home detention, with defined rights, monitoring, and conditions. No standalone house arrest sentence yet. At present, Malaysian law does not clearly define house arrest as a sentencing alternative in its own right. Judges cannot, for example, sentence someone directly to 6 months of home detention under existing law. Proposed new law, Home Detention Bill. The government has announced plans, Budget 2025, to introduce a new law that would formally provide for home detention, also known as house arrest, as an alternative punishment. The Ministry of Home Affairs has confirmed that a draft bill and working paper are in the final stages of preparation. Key features of the draft bill. 1. Purpose: reduce prison overcrowding. Provide a more humane, rehabilitative option for certain offenders. Lower state costs and risks of reoffending. 2. Eligible detainees. Remand detainees, those awaiting trial for non-serious offenses, those convicted of lighter, non-violent crimes. Excluded, offenders serving long sentences, 10 years or more, or convicted of serious crimes, e.g. violent offenses, drug trafficking, sexual assault, national security cases. 3. Monitoring and enforcement. Electronic tagging devices are under consideration. Conditions may include curfews, reporting requirements, movement restrictions, and compliance checks. Enforcement may involve the Prisons Department, probation officers, or another designated supervisory body. 4. Detention locations could include the offender's own residence, care homes, dormitories, or other facilities. Such locations would need to be designated and gazetted. 5. Legislative pathway. The law will likely be standalone legislation rather than a mere amendment to the Prisons Act. Cabinet has reportedly approved the policy in principle. Drafting is being coordinated with the Attorney General's chambers and the Prisons Department. The bill is expected to be tabled in Parliament in 2025. Constraints and open questions. How will serious versus non-serious offenses be defined in law? What precise monitoring systems will be deployed and at what cost? Will detainees be allowed limited outside activities, e.g., work, education? What rights, appeal processes, and safeguards will be established to prevent misuse or preferential treatment for well-connected individuals? Which authority will oversee compliance, and how will violations be punished? Conclusion. At present, Malaysia does not have a formal sentencing provision for house arrest. The Prisons Act 1995, Section 3, allows a house or building to be declared a prison, but this is a limited workaround, not a fully structured legal regime. The forthcoming Home Detention Bill, however, is set to change this. If passed, it will institutionalize home detention as an option, particularly for remand detainees and those with minor offenses, marking a significant shift in Malaysia's criminal justice policy towards modernization, rehabilitation, and flexibility.
Why WFPB? Doctors for Nutrition. WFPB stands for Whole Food, Plant-Based, a diet and lifestyle focused on plant-derived foods that are unprocessed or minimally processed, while minimizing or excluding animal products and highly refined ingredients. The diet emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds, while avoiding added sugars, refined flours, and oils. The core principle is to eat foods in their natural state or close to it, rather than highly processed imitation products. Key principles: whole foods. Foods that are in their natural, unrefined state or have undergone minimal processing, like canned beans or frozen vegetables. Plant-based. Foods that come exclusively from plants, excluding meat, dairy, eggs, and honey. Minimal processing. A focus on foods that are as close to nature as possible, avoiding ingredients that are heavily refined, such as white flour, white rice, and added oils. Nutrient dense. Prioritizing foods rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals to meet nutritional needs. Foods to emphasize. Fruits and vegetables. A wide variety of fresh and colorful produce. Whole grains, such as brown rice, oats, quinoa, and whole wheat. Legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, and peas. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Foods to limit or avoid processed foods. Any food that has been heavily altered from its natural state. Animal products. Meat, dairy, and eggs. Refined grains, white flour, white rice, and pasta made from refined flour, added sugars and artificial sweeteners, including high fructose corn syrup and confectioner's sugar. Added oils, even those considered minimally processed like olive oil, are typically excluded due to their processing and added calories. WFPB versus vegan diet. While both are plant-focused, a vegan diet focuses only on eliminating animal products and can include highly processed foods, while a WFPB diet additionally emphasizes whole, minimally processed foods. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair, to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.